Hello. So I'm just finishing up my shipping. I did a bunch because the sound of it on the microphone when I'm like packing is really loud, and I was like, this is probably disruptive. So I'm gonna print off the last label for these Sorrel booths that I sold for, what did they sell for? I want to say like 45 bucks. They sold for a good amount. Plus there was like a lot of shipping involved because they're kind of bigger. So yeah, so we're gonna get this on the porch for package pickup. And today's kind of a catch-up day. I'm just gonna take you guys along as I work. I'm trying to finish up photographs. I have a few things to photograph. I'm gonna set up the video for this week, get it all edited and thumbnailed and all that good stuff. And then I'm gonna get my listings scheduled out for like the rest of the week, or you know, a week or two out, so that I have new listings going up. So yeah, that is like really exciting. I hope that like I can get caught up today because I have a lot on my mind. There's a lot I'm thinking about and I'm just gonna share it with you guys because that's what I do on this channel, I guess. I just share all of the things that are going on in my head. And one of like the nicest things that I saw from one of you guys in a comment was like, you feel like you're just talking to a friend, and that's what I want because like, number one, I don't have that many real life friends. I mean, I do, but I'm busy all the time. And I love my like close group of friends, but I don't have like a huge, I can't handle it, a huge group of friends. So, and also not many can handle me. So, so I love that. You know, this is kind of a lonely job. Motherhood's lonely. So like, if you can just turn this on and chat with me while we do some work and like hang out and feel like you're FaceTiming a friend, or I feel like I'm FaceTiming a friend, or like Marco Poloing a friend, that's what I want. I think it's so fun. And we can just get behind the scenes looks at like how I'm like really structuring my business, how I want to succeed this year, and I can just take you into like the nitty gritty of all this stuff going on. I just feel like it's a little peek at, you know, my thought process trying to be a successful business owner, if you can even call it that. So let's get this on the porch. I'll come back and we'll do some work. Alrighty, I can't find my scissors, so I'm using nail clippers to get some of these tags off. But I'm going to be photographing. You know what? I have lights here, as you can see. I have a million lights. That just gives me the option to photograph at night if I want to. Because you know, I sometimes just have to get things done and I don't have time in the day. Sorry, if this cuts my head off and this is a weird angle, I'll try to fix it. But I'm gonna go ahead and photograph because we have really good daylight and I think it'll look good. The pictures will look great. I prefer daylight 100% to any kind of like lighting. It just always looks better. So it just gives the natural color better. So if I have the option and I have good daylight, I use that. So yeah, we just have to wrap up a few of these photographs. I have these pretty much new with tags Abercrombie dad jeans, the dad high-rising. They're so cute. I had a really good thrift haul not super long ago. And these were, what did I pay? I paid $6 for these, and they should flip for good money. I love my eBay business. I love like my journey here. It's been so fun, and like I love making money. I love like having a side income. I think it's the best thing. And you guys know from by now, if you've been watching, it's somewhat trauma based. Something about like never getting paid makes you really excited to be paid, if you can be. So what I do also, I should mention, oh, I did photograph these. Okay. I just have my bin right here, and so I'm folding clothes and putting them in this bin as I go. And I've already got a bin behind me. While I was at my storage unit yesterday, I just went ahead and I picked up any bins that were almost empty, mostly empty, had a few items in it, and I'm refilling those bins and listing in those bins. Like I'll just take a picture of that bin and I'll list. That way I kind of keep all of my bins full, and I'm not constantly just creating new bins when I have plenty of room on the shelves. This really pretty new with tags vintage top was so cool too. Like it still has the tag from Hallmar, Salt Lake City. I don't even know what year. It has to be like the 80s, 70s or 80s. It's so cool. Hand sequined, made in Hong Kong. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, I should have added in that video where I talk about my family's restaurant. If it was just the fact that like we weren't getting paid or I wasn't getting paid, you know, I realized to like the lay person that that can sound like snobby, and that if it was just helping out my family and they needed it, I don't think I would have had as much of a problem. It wasn't that. It was my family members buying like new BMWs and my mom getting veneers and like lots of expenses being paid, and meanwhile, you know, I had a doctor's appointment that it was pretty urgent and I had to just figure that out of pocket with the nothing I made. So I think I even just used student loan money to pay that off. So that was a big part of the reason that like it was such a problem. And I know many people have had it worse, but I do think it helps me give context to myself. Like, oh, this is probably why like I do have an obsession with like wanting to be successful. Like something about making my own money is super intoxicating. You know, to TJ's credit, he has never pressured me one way or another, and it's never like, Ash, you have to work. In fact, I was a stay-at-home mom for the first, you know, couple of years when my oldest was born, and I thought, you know, that's what I wanted to do. That's what TJ and I talked about, and we were like, well, we have the resources, so let's make it happen. And you guys, like, I was not happy. I don't know what necessarily like was going on mentally. I guess I do. If you ever watch John Zaloni, who I love, he's a therapist and he has a YouTube channel, and he talks about like your body will sometimes react to things that your brain knows, like it doesn't really know what's going on, but your body reacts from like a memory that your brain doesn't quite recognize or isn't catching up with. Like your body reacts first, if that makes sense. So I think like my body reacted, and I'm going really slow by the way because I'm chatting with you guys. Usually when I'm photographing, I'm like almost just furiously doing it. But I can go slow because I want to chat. By the way, isn't this a cute Free People sweater with a little balloon? I love a balloon sleeve. I think it's so cute, but it's, you know, if you have a long torso like I do, I'm wearing the baggiest clothes today, by the way. I just cannot, these are all crop tops on me, and we don't do crop tops for just, because I can't. And I need a longer torso, so anyway, whatever. So, yeah, like I was a stay-at-home mom, and we had like a budget, and I just like, I freaked out, you guys. My body was definitely reacting before my brain could keep up, and I was having a reaction to it and feeling trapped again, even though I wasn't. Everything was fine, but I was still feeling very trapped and very scared. And I was like, I need to do something where I know like I'm making income. So I actually started, this is when Calvin was very young. Like, I think I was just barely pregnant with Graham, or they're only 18 months apart. So it was early on. I was like, so I have a master's degree in psychology, and I've always loved like content writing and like grammar and editing, and I mean, I'm not great at it, and that wasn't like a job I had had before, but I had certainly written enough papers and enough things, and I love to read, that like it just kind of was a natural fit. And so I found content writing, and I like got a job done. I don't know if it even exists anymore, I should go check. A website called Text Broker that pays you a penny a word to write text. It's so funny how that would be completely obsolete now with ChatGPT. But like Text Broker lets you pay, like if you have a certain threshold of like how you write, they'll pay you like a penny or a penny and a half a word. And so I would do that. I would write articles and get paid, you know, a few bucks, $20 an hour if I hurried, which was like as a stay-at-home, you know, job, and it was real cash. It was pretty awesome. So I started doing that, and then TJ's coworker found out that I do content writing, and he's like, well, I develop websites on the side, and my clients often need, like, you know, copywritten, like bios and about me and whatever. And I was like, I could do that. And he paid really well. He like was offering a few $100s per job. And I was like, that's awesome. Yes, I'll do that. So I started doing that. And from there, it led to some pretty decent, you know, nothing huge, but like some pretty decent jobs that like kept me feeling like, okay, I love having, you know, a little extra for me, or just, I don't know, my own like little source of income. And yeah, so anyway, from there, like I just started, you know, we gotta do a little spot cleaning on this guy. I thought I cleaned it, but we gotta like do some spot. We'll take care of that. So this was cool. This like is a Spanx 1X sweater, and it has like really good comps. Like, so not just their leggings, but like their sweaters can do well too. Mental note, I'm gonna take a little, okay, we're gonna just, sometimes lint gets on here, and we're just gonna do that real quick, lint roll. I have like my lint roller and my sweater shaver handy for like, we just need it. And especially like on a black fabric, we've got to be really careful and like get this all, gotta get this all cleaned up, because on camera it just doesn't look, it looks dirty even though it's like not, but it's just a little bit of lint can show up so strong on black fabric. So we're gonna just do that real quick. So yeah, so from there I got some other gigs, and you know, I don't know, I just really liked that like I would just, through just friends and family and just connections, I would continue to write. And then I learned about Amazon FBA. This is in 2016. And I just started doing that. I just went out, I'm very impulsive. And so I just like went out that night that I learned about it on the Smart Passive Income podcast, and I just did it. And went and bought a bunch of stuff from Amazon, and it sold well. And so I started doing that, and then like, yeah, then, I mean, it just slowly morphed into then eBay, because like stuff would, Amazon's quite frustrating, and it's not a bad thing. Amazon, of course, is an incredible way to earn income, but like for me, gosh, it just wasn't the best fit. In the end, it's very high fees, high returns, lots of competition, and you have to buy a ton. Like, you are spending a ton of money, and it can get away from you if you're not careful. And it got away from me, like when we did our taxes, I was like, whoa, I spent so much. You know, the question, like, was it even worth it? So I just found that eBay was a fun niche, and especially when I started YouTube, like eBay was so fun to then like go out, look for fun things, share it with people. And then YouTube became like its own side hustle. So it's all just kind of morphed. It's interesting how like if you start anything, that's why I'm such a fan of just starting, just do something, anything. And like just the momentum of doing something will get you like on the road to like, you never know what opportunities will open up. And like, it doesn't mean that that's your road forever. You know, it didn't mean I was like gonna do a content writing business and write white papers and, you know, get in that. Not that there's anything, gosh, that's a super lucrative side hustle for sure. But like it just kind of opens up doors, and when you get the ball rolling, opportunities come and you pivot and you switch. But it kind of just gets you in that mindset of like, I'm trying to work for myself. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to fail a bunch, so much. I'm going to just try, and we'll see what happens, and we'll see what opportunities come, and they will come. And I also am very, you know, I'm lucky in my situation because there was very little risk with me starting any of this. TJ has a full-time job, and he's like the primary well, he works full-time, so whatever I do ends up being part-time, and that's just what we've agreed to, and that's, you know, we're a team, and that's what works for us. So I'm not, you know, if I were the sole breadwinner of the family, and that's so much more pressure, and that can be very scary, and it's much harder to take risks when, you know, like you've got mouths to feed and you are the one responsible. So I will take accountability for that. You know, I don't know that pressure. But I do know the pressure. This is before I met TJ and had no money. I do know that pressure of like, oh my gosh, I've got to work or else I won't eat, and I have no safety net and I don't have anywhere to fall. And, you know, I hate that feeling too. And I think like working in a corporate job, so when TJ and I were first married, I worked at a corporate job as an administrative assistant, secretary, doing spreadsheets and answering, you know, phone calls, and my boss was fine, but like I was like, I don't like this. I hate working for someone. I hate this so much. So all of these things, I just don't want anyone to tell me what to do. Never tell me what to do ever. I don't want anyone to tell me what to do. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to invent a job for myself, if I'm going to bring home some income and work for me, then here's what I'm going to have to do. So anyway, I just have had that mindset, and I don't know, it's gotten me this far. And what's frustrating about me is if I get bored or I get restless or demotivated, it's really hard to motivate myself again. And I feel like I kind of got stuck in that in the last year or two, where I wasn't, maybe, I think, you know, not to put blame anywhere, but it was definitely, Prue was born, and when you have a new toddler and you're, you know, it's hard. That took a lot of my mental energy. So the fact that he's a little older, he's in preschool now, and I have a little bit more free time, and I feel like a person again, and he's doing great. You know, we had a lot of curveballs thrown at us last year. So now that like things are, I mean, knock on wood, now that things are calming down, I feel like excited again. And I'm ready to try something new or be creative with YouTube, or, you know, I just want to like, for me, there's nothing more exciting than that spark of like, I'm excited and I want to make something work and I'm not afraid if it fails. That gets me really excited. In fact, I kind of like it when it does bad and kind of fails, because then I have like, ooh, a challenge, right? How can I make this better? And yeah, good times. Okay, I'm sure this is compelling footage to watch me do this. So I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna finish up these clothes, and then we'll get back to my desk and we'll list and we'll still chat. Still just unbelievably shocked that anybody watches this channel. I genuinely thought maybe 100, maybe a couple hundred, but the fact that like there's already, I think, almost 6,000 subscribers and every video has like over 10,000 views. You guys have blown me away. Thank you for that. I really am enjoying this process of taking you behind the scenes, showing you like what goes on here at home, going through the things that I worry about, things I think about, chatting with you. It just, I don't know, it's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Let's meet up at the desk. Okay, so I realized with that video, I have like footage here. I was gonna upload that where I'm talking while I'm shipping, and I didn't. So this is my official outro. I just filmed another one for this channel. But I'll just say goodbye, love you guys, and yeah, I'm gonna just get to work. I have a bunch on my plate today. But I hope you're having a fabulous day. I hope you get a lot of good work done, and I hope I can be your coworker for just a little bit and we can just hang out. So thanks again, and I will catch you in the next one.